Welcome to Homestead for the run of the Chevy 200. On the pole for tonight's race, Dan Bannon. To the outside is Trey Rainey, one of your drivers going for the championship. Jim Gammon third is also going for the championship. Jake West in fourth, and fifth is Alex Stewart. In sixth exceeds John Gammon. He's also going for the championship. So 3 of the 4 that can go for the championship starting in the top 6 spots. The other one is Brand Butler Sr. He starts on the bottom, a little ways back, but he can get up to the front, I believe. This is what it all comes down to at Homestead. The final race of the season. 4 drivers fight: Trey Rainey, Jim Gambit, John Gambit, and Brand Butler Sr. fighting for the championship. Whoever finishes the highest of those 4 will take home the championship. Pace truck in. We're getting set for 21 laps at Homestead. Who wins the championship for season number 1? Who becomes the inaugural Pennzoil Truck Series champion? They come down the front straightaway, and the great flag is in the air. We're racing at Homestead to crown your season 1 champion. Down the back straightaway, here comes Jim Gambit to the bottom. They made it 3 wide underneath John Gambit, who's falling back on the way outside. Lyman made it 3 wide underneath him. Now John Gambit's falling back. Jim Gambit to the inside of Dan Bannon as they come through 3 and 4 and off turn number 4. Jim will lead lap number 1. And his tire Lyman pushed him to it. So 98 leads lap number 1, although laps led do not count towards the chase points. It's all about finishing highest of those 4. Evan Rudd makes it 3 wide to the bottom for the race lead. Trey Rainey comes through the middle. He's going to get underneath Jim Gambit possibly as they come down the back straightaway. He is underneath them. Into 3 and 4. Jim Gambit way up high. Evan Rudd takes the race lead. Trey Rainey now takes advantage. He goes to the front. Jim Gambit almost got into the wall hard. Dale Petty comes to the bottom in the 5 truck. 3 wide possibly for the race lead. Derek Short and Evan Rudd make some contact. Dale Petty does get to the inside. Here comes the 02 truck. Down the backstretch. Dale Petty with a big push from the trucks behind him. 3 by 3 this pack is. Trey Rainey getting up high. Lyman putting 4 wide top. Close back there for the 07. Now 3 wide. Here comes Hunter Bob to the bottom. Championship contenders falling back into the outside. They are 4 wide. Jim Gambit, Trey Rainey stuck on the top. Brand Butler Sr. will get to the championship lead right there on the bottom lane. See him in that 81 truck, that dark blue goodies truck. Down low, 4 wide. Kevin Bann looking for the race lead. Jim Gambit pushed Trey Rainey up top. That 07 truck getting a little tight. He's lucky to not get into the wall and come down and wreck. Because we have seen that happen to some championship contenders. And look at how far back he has gone. They're still 4 wide in front of him. He and John Gambit settled to the back of the pack. 3 wide for the race lead. The 31 of Eli Bright gets all the way to the bottom lane. Kevin Bann all the way up top. Brandon Butler Sr. Remember we say he started farthest back of the chasers. He's already up into the top 5. Looking for second. And it looks like he will get it as they come down the front stretch. Now he's looking low for the race lead. Luke Ray pushed him. Junior Ramos also there. And Riley Sprague Tube. 3 by 3 this pack is. It's amazing how these guys are keeping it under control without wrecking. For now, until we get down to the final few laps, then they might get reckoned. Luke Rainey battles for the race lead down the back straightaway. Junior Ramos also come. Rainey, even though it wouldn't count as a championship, he would get bragging rights if he could beat everyone else for the full season championship. We're still keeping track of that. It'll be interesting to see who wins that after this, even though it won't count for anything. It'll just be some bragging rights. Hey, I did the best start the whole season. Ramos does lead that lap. Now here comes Riley Sprague to the bottom in the 18 truck. Paul Minnick, Eric Hines, Cynthia Bright also down low. 4 wide at the back of the pack. Jacob Morgan is there. Trey Rainey has found his way to the bottom, same with John Gambit. Jim Gambit still stuck up top. Yeah, Brand Butler Sr. is also up top. So right now this is going to be a place of positioning unless a yellow comes out or unless they wreck. Like the championship contenders. But right now I think they're able to keep it under control without wrecking. They go into 1 and 2. 3 wide goes Cynthia Bright to the bottom. Christian Merrick Jr. trying to follow through on the bottom lane. Also Josh Crash. Jeff Bright. There's John Gambit. We talked about him getting down to the low lane. He's that 99 truck on the bottom. He's 4th on the bottom now. Might be 4 wide back there. Levi Schoen's pushing up just a little bit. They almost got Brand Butler Sr. Jim Gambit's gone down to the bottom right behind Trey Rainey. Just going to be positioning when you can get up to the front. Oh, close with John Gambit. He made contact with Jeff Bright. Almost got spun by Evan Rudd. As Josh Crash goes to the race lead, they're battling hard behind him. Especially one of your chasers, John Gambit. Again, put 3 wide to the middle. Levi Shones is also down there in the 51 VP Racing Fuels Toyota for Kyle Busch Motorsports, looking for a win. Evan Rudd still trying to get to the race lead. Josh Crash has it right now as they hit 1 and 2. The O2 truck does go down to the bottom lane. Brandon Butler there in the 92. John Gambit right now would win the championship, but he's up top. Trey Rainey and Jim Gambit on bottom. But look at the 92 slowing down the 07. Is that on purpose to help the Brandon Butler Sr.? I wouldn't know. Levi Shones and Stuart Grant working together down low. They will take the lead from the 02 possibly as they come down the front straight. Who leads the lap? It's going to be the 02, I believe, up top. Yes, he did. But I barely. Yeah, by about a few thousandths probably. Stuart Grant for the race lead. John Gambit still holding his own in the middle lane, although he'd want to get to the back of the pack as fast as he could because here comes Trey Rainey, Jim Gambit on the bottom lane. Brandon Butler underneath John Gambit, pushing his way forward. Trey Rainey, Jim Gambit. 2 chasers down the bottom lane. Trey Rainey will get to the lead for the championship, but here comes Jim Gambit to the bottom of him. 4 wide with 3 of your championship chasers into 1 and 2. Those yellow spoilers you see right there, whoa, they're getting close. 3 of them all packed tight together as they come down the back straightaway. That is such a beautiful picture right there. 4 wide and they're not wrecking. With 10 to go, Stuart Grant has gotten out ahead. Jim Gambit trying to hold his own down the bottom lane. Trey Rainey trying to fight back in the middle. Gambit will get shuffled up to the top. Tyler Lyman goes to the bottom. Derek Bouchard coming in the 8th. Dale Petty also there. Jim Gambit has got cleared. This is really good for him. Wow, contact with the 02 back there. Did he wreck? He saved it. Everyone else saves it. But that was the closest I've seen to being a wreck. He went straight up the track. 81 still stuck back in the middle. That just shows what the middle does. John Gambit falling back on the outside. The front is starting to get spread out as Jim Gambit looks for the race lead. Can Trey Rainey back there in the 07 get down to the bottom? Side by side. Give it to Jim Gambit to the line. That was close. Trey Rainey has stayed up here because the pack is kind of spread out just a little bit. Now Tyler Lyman looks for second. Dale Petty also there. Let's go on board Trey Rainey and see what he sees as he's run second right now in the chase. Jim Gambit shoved up top 3 wide. This is what Trey Rainey wanted to see. Look at him as he's going to go by him. And that is the change for the championship. Trey Rainey now has it. They're in the middle of a 3, even 4 wide situation. The rest of the pack starting to come up to the front. Will it be enough time for the others? 7 laps of racing to go. Make it 6 next time by. Looking for that A1. Can't see him. Looks like he's at the back of the pack. John Gambit might have an opening down low soon. You can see him in that 99. Still trying to get down to the bottom. It looked like he had the 19 John West below him. Jake West will get to the race lead. Dan Ban will follow your pole sitter. 3 wide for the race lead. 6 to go. 4 wide. Look at Evan Rudd making it 4 wide. Great racing up at the front. Rudd will take second, possibly go for the race lead down the back straightaway. Look at this racing. And they're doing it without wrecking. They sorted the 4 wide up, but they're 4 wide even farther back now. The 30 Griffin Lane in the middle. That Eli Bright, Kevin Bandon also there. And now the whole pack is caught right back up. 5 to go at Homestead. 5 laps after the season. Evan Rudd will clear for the race lead possibly in 1 and 2. Laughter Stucco on the bottom. Got a little tight. That allows Trey Rainey to get clear. Kevin Bandon is also coming. Rainey will get to second. If the caution comes out, the race is over. Remember that because they are racing wildly. Trey Rainey will get to the race lead last time by. The nearest championship contender to Trey Rainey was not even in the top 10. My oh my. Rainey right now has it in control unless someone can get down to the bottom of him. 4 to go. Oh, they're getting close there. Rainey tight on the bottom. Does Kevin Band make an advantage? Trying to get down to the bottom. Brandon Butler Sr.'s on the bottom lane. They're exceeding the 81. But Jim Gambit and John Gambit trying to find their way to the bottom. Do they have enough time to do it? Coming to 3 to go. Trey Rainey still trying to get underneath everyone past him. Trying to get as much distance in between he and the 81 as he can with just 3 laps to go, 2.5. Side by side as they come off turn number 2. Advantage to the 07 down low. Look at Eli Bright. Does he make it 3 wide underneath the abandons? He does. That's for 3rd. John West coming in the 19. Cynthia Bright, you can see down there. Paul May, Christian Merrick Jr. Brand Butler Sr. still trying to catch up. I don't think he'll be able to do it unless Trey Rainey gets up to the top with just 2 laps to go. They're 3 wide behind the 07, so that's really hard right now for Trey Rainey not to fall back. But Brand Butler Sr. is trying everything he can. John West also coming. The 98 has gone down to the bottom. Jim Gambit trying everything he can. They're racing hard down the back straightaway. White flag this time. Can you let Bright get clear and run down Trey Rainey? He's going to have 1 lap to do it. And the championship lead side on this last lap, they're 5 wide. 5 wide down the front stretch at the white flag. Last lap at Homestead. Can Trey Rainey bring it home and win the championship? Racing hard behind him. Eli Bright, John West trying to close. Down the back straightaway for the final time tonight. Final time for the season. It's Trey Rainey up front. John West peaks low for 2nd. Brand Butler Sr. trying to close. Jim Gambit trying to close. It's not going to work. Into 3 and 4. Trey Rainey won 1 race of the season. It was at Atlanta to get himself into the chase. Off turn 4, 2nd win of the season will win him the championship. Trey Rainey, your Season 1 Truck Series champion. As the field comes across the line, it's Trey Rainey that wins the race and wins the championship. Looks like John West will get to 2nd. Eli Bright falls to 3rd. Where does your other 3 finish? Brand Butler Sr. made a late charge to get to 9th. Jim Gambit finishes 19th. John Gambit last. My oh my. What a race. What a finish. And Trey Rainey gets it done at Homestead. His 2nd win in the Pennzoil Truck Series. But it's going to be a championship that he wins. Trey Rainey victorious here at Homestead. Here are the finish results from the Chevy 200 at Homestead. There are no caution flags. It was amazing racing. They kept it clean. 15 lead changes, 13 different drivers led this race. That just shows how wild it was. But Trey Rainey does bring home the victory. He led 3 laps. And I think it was the final 3 laps. He dominated the end of that race. Kept it out front. John West and Eli Bright tried to close. They finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Christian Merrick Jr. ends up 4th. So Christian Merrick Jr. won the first race of the season. Ends up with a 4th place in the last race. Not too bad there. And Cynthia Bright rounds up the top 5. Josh Crash ends up 6th. Alex Stewart in 7th. Dan Band started on pole. He got eliminated last round. He ends up 8th. Good solid run for him tonight. In 9th, Brand Butler Sr. tried to close at the end, just wasn't enough. Trey Rainey was too far ahead. He finishes 2nd in the chase. And 10th, Griffin Lynn, good run to end out his season. See, Evan Rudd led 4 laps the most of tonight. He finishes 13th. And Jim Gambit finishes 19th. Wasn't enough to get him the championship tonight. As we look down at the rest of the field, John Gambit finishes 32nd last, disappointing for that 99. He's going to try and go back to the Target Series and win that race. He can't win the championship, but then he's going to try and go to the Gary Cup Series and try and win the championship there. I don't know if he has a shot anymore, so that might have been the only shot he had at a championship this season. Tough break for him. He couldn't get it done. One at Texas, I believe it wasn't Texas. It was the race before Texas to lock himself into Homestead. Just wasn't enough for that 99 team. Now let's look at the full season point standings. Even though it won't count towards a championship, just for bragging rights, let's see who did the best throughout the whole season, and then we'll show you the chase point standings. Well, Trey Rainey has all the bragging rights right now. Not only does he win the chase championship, but he did score the most points throughout the whole season. Insane there. Junior Ramos ends up 2nd in the full season point standings. They're not really championship standings. They're just to show who did the best throughout the whole season. See, Luke Rainey there didn't even make the chase. He did so great. Ends up 3rd, Brand Butler Sr., John Gambit, Eric Hine, Dan Bannon, Jake West won 3. I think it was like 3 or 4 at one point. Great stretch of race for him. Alex Stewart and John West. So a lot of drivers that didn't make the chase actually finished top 10 in these points. Just shows how different it is with the chase and how that changes a lot. And how about Junior Ramos? Finishes 99% of the laps. Same with Brand Butler Sr. I don't know how many laps we ran throughout the... 527 we ran. They both finished all but 1 lap. That's insane there. As we look down at the rest of the points in quotation marks, you can see the real points at the right side of the screen. The 10 chasers and how they fare. Trey Rainey ends up winning the championship. Great season for him. He's going to be back for the next season probably. Brandon Butler Sr., second. Jim Gammett, third. John Gammett, fourth. Those were the four battling at Homestead. In fifth, we had Dan Bandon. Sixth was Junior Ramos. Seventh, Josh Samito. In eighth, we have Eric Hine. Ninth, Eli Bright, and 10th, Griffin Lynn. Those were your chase standings at the right side of the screen after 24 races. That's what it comes down to. One race, and Trey Rainey wins the race to win the championship. That was great for the 07 team. Great job by Trey Rainey. Luke Rainey lost the championship yesterday by 11 points. Trey Rainey makes it up today by winning, and he will be returning to the Gatorade Cup Series in a few days to try and win that championship as well and try and go Pennzoil Truck Series and Gatorade Cup Series. It hadn't been done before, and this would be the first season to get it done, so we'll see if he can pull it off. But tomorrow, we have a great championship. We have Tyler Lyman in the 8 car, the rookie sensation, his first season in the Target Series, looking for the victory. We have TJ Hanley, the guy who lost last season's championship in the Target Series by less than 40 points, looking for redemption. He's back in the Final Four. Eli Bright didn't win in the Target Series after being in Race 1, Season 1. Didn't win until this season where he went 3 for 5, winning 3 races. It's got him into the final round. And then Jay Jefferson in the 89, he hasn't had much success in any other series, but the Target Series is where it's at. He's won races. He won at Richmond to get himself into the Final Four. He's looking for redemption. He's not going to be racing in the Gatorade Cup Series. Joe Jefferson will be driving for him so that Jefferson can focus more on that Target Series car. So it's going to be wild tomorrow when we see that. But that was the final race of season number 1. Thank you so much for making it such a great, successful season. We'll be back for another season of the Pennzoil Truck Series Season 2. Watch out for that in the near future. But that's all I have to say for this race. See y'all tomorrow when we crown a Target Series champion for season number 3. I'm excited. I can't wait to see who wins that championship. See you guys then.